In the time since the Golden Horde had claimed the economic hub of the Empire, Temujin has not ceased his relentless planning. Especially now, since he was on the eve of putting the final nail in the coffin of his foe. Temujin had just summoned the majority of his Arbans to hang. As the Arbans and their commanders descended into the city, they noticed the city had changed dramatically since their last visit. Temujin had converted large sections of the city into supply hubs, hospitals, and other structures to support the Horde. The city now had an oppressive military aura about it. In addition, the population had been greatly diminished. Those civilians who did not flee or fight made up less than half of the city's original population. Those that remained were usually made up of the lower castes of the Empire society. Former slaves, farmers, and petty criminals remained. Of those, many of them pledged their services to the Horde, many of whom were called back to the Golden City for training and resupply. Some enlisted themselves as a makeshift militia that would help the Horde defend Hang. The remaining civilians tried to return to life as normal in the city. The Horde had brought order, safety, and lawful efficiency, which put the Empire to shame. What they could not bring was the interconnected economy, which made Hang a jewel of the desert. For now, it was a fortification on the Horde's ever-expanding border. Once the commanders had arrived in the city, Temujin gathered them in the fortress of the Traders Guild. Sitting in the throne on the top tower, flanked by the silent and massive Igor, Temujin addressed the group on the tables in front of him. "Comrades," he began, "I am sure you can guess the nature of this meeting. For a long time now we have struggled against the Empire, and our struggle has been more successful than I am sure the Emperor envisioned. And now it is time to bring this war to its finale." There was some murmured chatter in agreement from the commanders. Temujin continued, "With our victory at Hang, the back door is now wide open to the capital. The great desert stretches out in front of us, and without any natural barriers, it will act as a highway for our army. We will leave from Hing once our meeting is concluded, and move straight to the stone camp outside Shobatai. We will capture this camp and use it as a staging point for the battle ahead. Our great scouts have already done reconnaissance on the city, and there is only one gate. We'll have the Immortals punch through and the heavy troops come in to support. No complicated stratagems this time, just good old-fashioned brute strength." The commander shouted and thundered the table with approval. Temujin then shouted, "Now gather your soldiers and make ready, for tonight we will kill an emperor." And with that, the commanders left the throne room and executed the Khan's orders with ruthless efficiency. In short order, the Horde was once again on the move, this time directly to Shobatai. Welcome, comrades, to the final conclusion of the Empire saga of Temujin's story. Hopefully, I'm hoping that things go to my plan. We're stationed outside of Shobatai, and the plan here, as stated, is to take the stone camp, move in, and take the city itself. I think that this should be much easier than taking Hang. Hang was a pretty complicated city in comparison to Shobatai. Shobatai is really only defended by the gate itself, so I think once we crack that, the whole system will fall pretty quickly. You know what they say, just kick in the door and the whole surrounding structure will come down. That has never, ever, ever proven false, never, ever backfired, always true 100%. So that is our plan. First off, we obviously have to take the stone camp. I'm basically just going to brute force it here. I've had a little bit of skirmishes on my way to our, staging point. We've been attacked by some skimmers and that sort of nonsense, but it's not a big deal, although we do have a couple guys who are injured. Poor Corpse God, just limping along. This is the first time we're recording on the new computer, for Kenshi at least, and the game runs very, very well. It's like, yeah, I finally have a computer that can run Kenshi. Hooray! But no, it definitely helps make the game a lot better. So I'm not going to be using any... I should just have everybody come here. So I'm not going to be using any crossbows for this particular fight, just because I want to save all my bolts for the siege itself. And I think we should be able to really basically brute force our way with the Arbuns we have right through the door and have no problem taking this stone camp whatsoever. Just easily busting through the door. The guards are going down. We didn't even have to send in the immortal Arbuns first. They just... everybody just completely came in and smashed right through. Here comes Temujin himself. More anti-slaver lackeys. Well, yeah, you're gonna see a lot more real soon. Yeah, we're just completely obliterating them. Look at all these corpses. Look at all these dead slave traders. And that, like, at this point, our troops are so powerful. At least like our Arbuns that have been with us since like the Battle of Ark and all those glorious days way back at the start of this campaign. They're so experienced. The soldiers in them are so powerful that they like. Good old Gob here, he's a great example. Extremely powerful at this point. Able to really slice through just about anything. He's just gonna... there. No-name brand helping him out. The veteran troops are very veteran. So now the big thing here to make this whole plan work is we have to take out the leader of this outpost, whoever he is. Where's my good old sly desert fox? Where are you, bud? It gets to the point I have so many characters that I'm trying to control at the same time. It can get a little bit overwhelming. Oi, what are you doing? Well, what does it look like I'm doing? You know, you're a little bit late to try and stop us now, considering that we've murdered all your friends. Come on out, we'll fight him out here. Is this the... yeah, Slave Master Haga. Here's another one of our Discord members, Weird Word, who asked to have a character made after him. He's an immortal Arban. As you know. But yeah, I think I've got everybody now who's asked for a character. If I haven't, and you haven't... I haven't told you that there's a character in the game by this point, and you haven't seen yourself, let me know. But like I said, I'm pretty sure I got everybody, but in case I missed somebody, just give me a shout out, and I'll be happy to fix it. But, it's just sitting there not paying attention. I kind of spaced out from the actual battle itself, and at this point, the Horde is so efficient, they're just on autopilot, so they kind of went in there and killed everybody. Except poor Chaotic Cubism. Looks like he got smoked again. Poor guy, but he has also come a long way now. His martial arts prowess are they're considerably better than they were a few episodes ago. So in any case, now that we've smashed open this the slave master's house, killed all, or I don't know if she's dead, or she's dying, perfect. Just leave her there to die. Once she's dead, we can run away, come back, and we'll regain control of this outpost, and hopefully the main reason I want this is because I want the beds. I want to have control of the beds and use those to obviously heal troops, because the one thing, like, if you're not cycling, the one thing I've learned, if you're not cycling troops out of the battlefield as they get severely injured, you're going to start losing people very quickly, because once they start to get to like negative 25 chest or what have you. Just one stray arrow or something can take them out and kill them. So it's best to get them off the battlefield and send them back to an outpost or wherever. Have them heal up and then rejoin once they're back in the positives. And that's part of the reason why I have sustained, like, I feel like I sustained way less casualties than I first imagined when I started up this playthrough. And that's because I found that if you are just cycling troops in and out of the battlefield, if you're on top of that, you can make sure that you keep your casualties down. Because, yeah, people will get injured, yeah, people will lose limbs, all that good stuff, but they won't actually die because you're going to get them out before they actually die. Hail the Savior! Wow, that was cool. I don't think I've ever actually seen them do that. You're a hero. Good job taking on the Masters. Oh, he's escaped. Wow, these guys are just leaving. They're not even going to join the Horde. They're just outright, taken off. Our reign of terror. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, bud. You keep telling yourself that. Guy Fox here. Loot this bastard. Good job. Guy Fox, another old, one of the first characters who got one of the first people who got a character named after them. Also very powerful. How's he doing? He's got almost 60 attack, which basically that puts him on par with, I think, an elite samurai noble. What are they? The hooded noble guards or whatever they're called. Yeah, samurai noble guard hooded. I think that puts them. Actually, no, not quite. Those have about 80 defense. So anyway, any Emperor samurai I think has about 60 defense. Certainly kicks the crap out of these slaver caravan bosses and guards. They're very weak. The slaver faction is very weak. They're completely supported by the Empire samurai. God, just look at they got like a pool of blood just kind of festering outside of the master's house here. Come on, just die, lady. Please die. Leaf has been another great staple. He's actually one of my best medics. I think he's got 100 first aid, 101. That's crazy. I didn't even know you can get above 101. But apparently his first aid skills are times 45. Like I said, just nothing to do wait until this lady dies. Well, while I am waiting here for her to die, what I'm going to do is start to make sure everybody's armed, everybody's fed, do all those stupid, tedious things you need to do before the battle itself. There she is. Good times. She's dead. Big time dead. So all we need to do at this point is retreat to the point where the city needs to re-render, and it should be ours. So perfect. As you can see now, this is ours. I just renamed it Golden Horde W Camp. And from there, like you can see, it even spawns in nice little NPCs to help protect it for me. Even got little civilians. Look at these civilians. They're my vassals, apparently. He's got a nice little toucan. Leather jacket. Oh, sorry. Just chilling out. And yeah, so anyway, long story short, this is just going to be our base of operations, where I'm going to rest people who are not ready to fight yet, or maybe a little bit injured, and then we can kind of sort who's going to actually go in for the final assault here, and who's going to have to wait a little bit and recover. So I got the entire army back to our new Golden Horde camp, and thankfully there's just a crap ton of beds. As you can see, everybody's just pretty much spreading out every which way, trying to find a bed, and those who need rest and relaxation are taking it. J-Ron down here, he's just chilling out. He's just waiting for orders here. Oh, out of the way. Duke Fossum. Wow, why is everybody blocking him? Everybody just comes on over. Okay, that was weird. Let's block him while he's trying to sit down and relax. Anyway, yeah, like as I was saying, everybody's sitting down, they're relaxing, they're trying to find a spot to get a little bit of R&R, and if they need to heal up, they're finding a bed, and they're doing just that. So when it comes to the actual siege itself, I think I'm going to wait until the morning. It's about midnight right now. Just going to give everybody the time they need, like I said, to heal on up, and then hopefully that will give me enough troops to actually be able to complete this, because the army we have actually is not as big as the army that we attacked Hing with. We do have a larger Golden Horde now than we did at that time, certainly, but now it's obviously spread out in a variety of different areas to, hold the line where it needs to hold the line. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the main event. We'll need slaves, rebels. These guys, their statements are just ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, as we said, we are ready for the final battle. I'm hoping that everybody is as refreshed as they're going to be, and we are just going to walk right over to the capital because it's really not that far away. And look at that. Looks like our allies have a little camp outside here already. Maybe they're already trying to lay siege or something, but hopefully they'll be helpful when we actually get this party started. So as I kind of alluded to before, I went and I did some reconnaissance of this area. I went and I checked things out, and Shobatai only has one major gate. Basically, once we destroy the defenses around this gate, the whole city will come crumbling down. I don't know if they're going to be able to withstand us. They have a few various crossbow mounted turrets on the walls, but I don't think that that's going to be a real threat to us. Alright, I'm not going to do anything necessarily fancy for the cameras this time, but I will send in the first Immortal Arban to take the brunt of the damage. Yeah, I've got definitely way more heavy troops for this battle. This dust storm is going to prevent us from being pretty effective with our ranged troops, but it should at least do something. The big thing I want is for Sly here to see if he can take out any guards here. I don't even know how he is able to aim that, but I guess he'll find a way. Oh shit, they got a patrol out here. I mean, we'll be able to beat these guys, no problem, but that's just annoying. Anyway, it looks like like I said, we're gonna be able to bust through the gate here pretty easily. I got shooting everywhere right now. Man, that's the one thing about ranged troops is you're gonna get people injured. Like poor Jay took a real bad shot to the chest. But the Golden Horde is busting into Shobatai, and it's going to be a slaughterhouse. It's going to be a disaster for the Empire. The main gate has already fallen, and that's pretty much the only defense that this place has. But I'm going to try and pull everybody into the city now, just because I don't want anybody to get cut off outside and killed. See if we can get some good cinematic shots here. Wait, that wasn't one of our guys. Oh, it was too. Jumper's dead, not Jumper. Okay, good. Another useless pawn another level 1 pawn that was just gifted to me. I guess the real fight's in the streets here. Street to street fighting in the Empire capital. Temujin's getting his hands dirty. Oof. And here's Immortal Arban all together fighting on his side. I don't know where Igor is though. If I turn this way, definitely see considerably more lag. I'm wondering, do they have less troops now that I've imported this save? I wonder. No, I jumped up the squad. The squad multiplier, or the global NPC is 0.33. They are boosted up, that's for sure. Doesn't look like we've suffered any casualties. We've got a few people who are downed. That's about it. Oh no, who lost their leg? It's just an outlaw farmer. We don't care about them. Well, I guess we do, in the sense that they are nice to have for cannon fodder. Let's see if I can get... I don't know, Chaotic's probably going to go shoot him in the face. If I take off your ranged... I just want to see what his martial arts are these days. 35. Not as good as I was hoping, but still pretty good. Oof. Oh, they got him. Oh, I'm going to put his ranged back on. He gave him a good, solid metal kick to the face there. Ew. Wow, look at this guy. Look at how many friggin' bolts he has in him. Friggin' pincushion. Okay, I'd say we've achieved pretty solid control within the city. What are these? Are these just samurai, or samurai police? Samurai conscripts. Man, I can't believe how pathetic their capital is, especially in comparison to Hang, which is just a way bigger, like I said, a way more complicated city. Oh, jeez. Fox took a little bit of a beating. Oh no! It's not good. If Leaf doesn't have a med kit, that bodes very poorly for the Horde. That's why he's healing slower. It's just the head injury slows down his healing. I guess that makes sense. Say goodbye to your freedom, outlaw. I think it's you that's going to be saying goodbye to something. Not sure it's going to be freedom, or your life, or one of your limbs, or some combination thereof. But yeah, you're definitely going to lose something. Steel City Gator taking pot shots here. I'm not sure what he's aiming at, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. Dragon can heal poor Beastie Boy. Talk to the boss if you want to talk business. Okay. Duke of Awesome and Claw making quick work of a samurai out here. Who's this? Oh, he's an anti-slaver. Here's this pincushion. He's still alive. I can't believe it. Shit. I thought I had way more medkits than I guess I did. Or did. Tech hunters are now hostile towards me. No! That's not good. The only place I could think for the Emperor to be would be in here. Like, all these other areas are open. So I'm assuming he would have come out. Or maybe he has already come out. But if he has, he's sure as hell going to be difficult to spot in this mess. But thankfully, it looks like we are. And yeah, losing the tech hunter is also going to be a big blow for my trade, because I spent a lot of time hauling goods up here and trading them. So I guess I'll just have to trade them with the crab people instead. Oh wait, is that him? Okay, that's not the Emperor. I thought the fucking capital of the Empire was Shobutai. It's gonna be a tough battle. Because, yeah, they have very good troops, but again, so do we. But you can see, it seems like it's pretty even. But we do definitely have the advantage of numbers. Ah, fuck me. Wow. The capital is, in fact, not... I completely fucked it up. I guess I didn't fuck it up that bad, but the capital's actually Heft over here. For some reason, this whole time, I thought it was Shobutai. So that brings us back to the drawing board. But thankfully, we did conduct a very successful siege of Shobutai. That's not a big deal for us to just take what we have and move on over the heft. I'm gonna have to scout it out, but I think we should have enough troops to make it work. Where's my boy Igor? Oh, he's just cutting people up. Okay, I need you to cut up the Lord there, please, Mr. Igor. There he is. Oh, he's trying to run away. We could pour unacceptable meal before me. Yeah, of course. Look him in the nose. Yes, I can. Just watch me. No, you won't. Let's have Igor cut him up. He's actually got pretty good attack and defense stats. It's nice to unlock Sashi. I'll definitely check that. No! Jesus has been enslaved! Poor Jesus. Oh no, he's stuck in here. No, I took all Jesus' stuff. Jesus needs that. Oh no, and they shaved poor Jesus' hair. Oh, poor guy. I gotta get the Sly Desert Fox to get him out of here. Mercenary Guild, what? Oh man, well, I'm just making enemies with everybody apparently. I guess dismantling the system would piss off a few people. Yeah, I gotta find Jesus' gear. Who the hell took it? Shit. Oh well. Well, that's pretty good spot to end the first segment here. We have done fairly well with our siege of Shobutai. The only problem being that it was not the capital, which I thought it was. So, sad day for me. Either way, we were successful in taking the city, which will hopefully make the operation of taking Heft a little bit easier. We've already taken, at this point they're isolated. Now that Shobutai is taken, we've taken the port to the south, the southern stone camp. Yeah, the capital is completely and totally isolated. So hopefully we'll be able to march in there with no problem. But with Shobutai under our control, it's time to move to the next objective. So after a very long and tedious process, I finally managed to extract the army out of Shobutai. We thankfully haven't lost anybody, but we've lost a lot of limbs, and a lot of people are crippled, and we have a ton of wounded, and most people are just resting right now, trying to regain their strength. But as you can see, there are not enough beds. We have people queuing up for bed space because there's simply just not enough of it. And as you can see, we have a lot of beds. There are a lot of beds here. So it's going to take a while. We probably only have about 50% fighting strength of the force that we went into Shobutai with. So I'm a little bit worried about what things are going to look like for the siege of the capital with the force that I have. It's definitely going to have to take some time to regroup and repair. Wow, there's fighting in the capital too. What are they fighting? Oh, it's shinobis? Yeah, shinobi thieves versus the Empire. Wow, people are malnourished here. All the citizens are malnourished probably because they're not getting any supplies. Don't worry, at least the soldiers have food. Peasants don't. Okay, the capital is definitely more sophisticated than Shobutai, but still not as sophisticated as you'd think. Again, it looks like there's two entrances. You can only kind of scroll over so far. So there's two entrances. I'm guessing this spiral tower here is where the Emperor is. Now the plan is, seeing as how good Igor is, I'm just gonna keep sending him out and having him bring as many guys as he can back towards the group, and then we're gonna kill them off, and slowly but surely we'll wear them down. But in the meantime, I'm also obviously going to be bringing over the bulk of the force, because while I don't think that we could just go in there and blitz them, I think with a little bit of attrition like this, we can easily outnumber them and basically kill them. So that's the plan. So without further ado, I'm just going to go grab our boys. I'll send them over. Oh, I could see the bulk of the Horde army approaching in the distance. And we've taken out another, well, actually, no. This is just still the aftermath of the last wave. Oh, geez, actually, you know what? I'm not going to go in there. I'm just going to let those bugs do their thing. Just let the bugs do a little bit of damage. You know what they say, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And if I'm very lucky, the bugs will just overwhelm them, but I don't think I'll be that lucky. You can see they're armed with sort of pole arms, naginatas, and that will increase their damage against these large animals, such as the skimmers and big things and all those kinds of annoying beasts. That's another Empire Horde, or Empire Horde. I guess it is a horde, but it's a scouting party. Pull these guys back. And to take some more damage on the way there than I would have liked. But it's okay. It's not serious damage. It's not terrible, terrible damage. We'll let these guys fight it out. Should be a pretty easy fight for us. That's part of the reason why I went with like a uniform style for the Golden Horde, so you could easily tell which troops are mine and which troops are the enemies. And it's another reason why I kind of chose them all to have that kind of iconic wide brim hat. Another reason to make it easy to tell which ones are part of us and which ones are part of the enemies. Jesus, I still haven't replaced his equipment from when he was enslaved, so he's just fighting with stolen... Well, I mean, most of his equipment. I haven't replaced his weapons. But most of his armor is still his original armor. Man, just beating these guys out here is going to be a pain in the ass. So they're going to keep getting up and slowing down our healing and... Well, at least it looks like these guards are pretty subdued. The thing is, like with the elite guards, they just keep getting up, and they keep getting up, and they keep getting up and up and up, and you just keep beating them down. They just don't get the picture that it's over. So after another grinding battle, it looks like we've finally managed to take control of the front gate here, and good old Duke of Awesome and Optimus Prime have broken into the slums and decided to start murdering all the peasants. So good for them, I suppose. It's not exactly like they're putting up much of a fight. So let's pull them back for now. We don't need to kill the peasants, as satisfying as it might be. The main thing is I gotta try and get these guys out of this cauldron here. No, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Another bunch of these elite noble hunters. I guess it makes sense they'd all be around the capital, but god damn are they annoying. Nice. I don't know why they're fighting each other, but I'll take it. But yeah, Empire seems to be fighting the Western Hive drones. Like I said, I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, but again, it's definitely to our advantage. God, there's just so many of these elite troops that keep coming with these Empire hunters that keep wearing us down. But I think finally we may have worn them down. We're hurting. We're hurting. Except for at the front gate, which we're doing extremely well. Wait, is that the Emperor? No. It's just some tech hunter. I really wish the tech hunters didn't declare war on us, but at this point we've got no choice besides like full-blown revolution. Take this central platform. Be a nice spot to hold. They've killed so many in this cauldron. It's like the fucking cauldron of death here. More like a highway of death. Ah! My arm is broken, he says. Oh no. No. All the legless wonders just kind of congregate outside in a place that's at least off the road. So, this siege is definitely not going as smooth as I would have hoped, but at the same time, we are winning, I'd say. It's just taking quite a long time. These are the hive drones. The hive drones are, the Western hive drones are like taking control right now. Go fuck your loony ideals. So after an excruciating extraction mission, I've managed to concentrate and get all my forces out of the gully and concentrate them at the front gate, which is excellent. We've taken complete control of the front gate. I don't know why people insist on running outside and fighting people out there. Just stay in here, please. Why can't you do that? But anyway, as I said, we've concentrated. We're doing a lot better. We're still clinging on, and I think we're about ready to at least make the final push. We just got to make sure. Excuse me. We just got to make sure that everybody is in as best a shape as we can get them in. All right, this is it here. Hope that some of these guys have come to help me. Yeah, at least the anti-slaver has. Just make sure nobody is carrying anybody. Who's this guy? Oh, is he just a... Is he a police? No, he's still samurai. Now an armless samurai. Alright there, Emperor. Let's see what you got. Yeah, there he is. Loot him. Sitting there with his sunglasses. What a goof. No, what are you guys doing? Get back, get back, 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 back. Great. I have him come in. Oh, there's the Emperor. Get him, get him. Fuck him up. Yeah. There he goes. That's exactly what I wanted. Just give him a nice slash, and everybody cannot go up there. You value your own safety. Damn Hellion. I don't think anyone... Like, if someone called me a Hellion, that's like a fucking trophy, man. That's like... It's not an insult. That's like, yeah, you're a badass. Yeah, Igor and the Emperor are fighting! The showdown. Wow, I slaughtered him. Kidnap the Emperor, Igor. Get him out, get him out, get him out! Perfect. This is exactly what I needed. Oh, we still gotta kill these guys. We're gonna get through. I just gotta make sure Igor survives. If he survives, we can win. Oh my god, look at this guy. Okay, he still has one arm. I thought he had no arms. But he is not capable of doing anything right now. Perfect. So we've managed to somewhat, stabilize that section. Wow, we actually overwhelmed them. We actually got the Emperor. No, where is he? Well, we're gonna have to find him in the mass of these bodies here. Oh, there he is. Alright, well, we're gonna have to get out of here. can't be. Tengu, you should take him to base. Okay. Don't worry, brother. I'll take him to base. Dude, come on, dude. Just please repair your foot. I need you to pick people up. We need to carry him out of here so we can finally leave. I think I got at least everybody mobile. Okay, well, alright. I think finally have managed to stabilize. So now I think I can just grab whoever is wounded and we can get back to the base. So news of our defeat of Emperor Tengu is apparently already spread, because anti-slavers are out there saying if I'm going to go down, I'm going down with a legendary anti-slaver. That monster Tengu is out of our hair thanks to you. Long live Slick! Down with the Empire! Beautiful. But as I was saying, our column of troops is slowly making it back to Hang, where we will summarily execute the Emperor and declare victory over the Empire, and I don't know, I guess we'll have a party or some shit, who knows. But yeah, it's a kind of pain in the ass, and this is actually very dangerous. I'm only doing this because, as you can see, we have a lot of our outlaw farmers, which as also, you can see, wow, rebel captive. Will this guy follow me if I ask him to? But as you can see, they are significantly more advanced and upgraded than they used to be. Need something? I need your help. Always got your back, brother. Nice. Sick. That's awesome. Okay, boys, just, he's the slowest, so I'm gonna have him, have them guard him as he runs back home. Look at this, it keeps spamming. Every time I leave the city and come back, it spams a bunch more NPCs for me. That's why I've been just like throwing them away, basically. I don't care about them at all. And there we go. Welcome to the horde, Heward. Don't know what your skills are. You do have sandals, so I can actually just throw you into a squad and you can run back to the Golden Horde. Or sorry, go right back to the Golden City, and then I can integrate you back to the Golden Horde. She has shit all. She's a farmer, so she'd actually make a good garrison. Or a good non-combatant. And that's it. We actually managed to get everybody back. Unbelievably, well, except for Headshot and Finn here. But they'll make it. Oh wow, poor Finn. He's got an arrow. He's literally got an arrow in the knee. And he is still struggling forward like a champ. To him, an arrow in the knee is but a minor inconvenience. Alright, this is it. Let's kill the Emperor. Just summarily execute him in the streets of Hang. Oh, he's a fat ass. Real fatty. I wonder what he's got on him. Surprisingly not much, but I do definitely want to take this katana from him. A Meoto katana, that is beautiful. And you know what, we'll just... Because I want to strip him to the bone. I want the Emperor to be naked. I want the Emperor to literally have no clothes. Jeez, look how huge he is. Playing dead. You know where we're going? Instead of that, we'll go to the old siege camp, because then I can control it a little bit better, right? I'm gonna get all three of my most powerful characters to attack him simultaneously and kill him. What is his martial arts? 5 martial arts. He's actually pretty tough. He's got decent strength and dexterity. Oof. Oh, he's dead! He's dead! Yes! Yes! The Emperor is dead! Oh my god. Finally. I guess that's that's it. That's it. The Emperor has been summarily executed. Unfortunately, we couldn't execute him in the streets of Hang, but at least all three of our most powerful characters simultaneously came together and murdered him. And effectively, that'll be the end of the Empire. So I need to go and I need to take control of these two cities. So we'll have complete control over virtually all the Empire except for Stout and Bark. And of course we have some Empire, I believe there's an Empire sort of like settlement to the south here. But that will be a tale for another day. So anyway, what I'm saying is that the Empire is effectively done. All their best characters are dead. Almost all their cities belong to us. We'll probably take this city just to make sure we have some sort of continuity, because we're going to be heading westward and seeing what lies in store for the Horde there. Bark, on the other hand, I'll probably just leave it. Honestly, the Empire is not really a threat anymore. I'll kind of just let it do its own thing. What's left will just kind of be an isolated pocket of resistance, which can't really bother us in any way, shape, or form. So that's it. At least that's it for the Empire. The Empire story arc for Temujin has come to a close. He has defeated the largest empire in the world of Kenshi, and defeated it pretty handily. So now, with the Empire under his belt, he has the opportunity to move westwards. Not sure what we're going to find as we move westwards, but hopefully they'll all just submit to the strength of the Horde. Eventually, I'm hoping to get to the Western Hiver section, which is right over here, all the Western Hives, and basically wreak my revenge for being exiled from them. But that's like the final boss of Temujin's story. So with that, I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been the Comrade, signing off for now, and I'll let a little bit of a narrative outro take us out. And until next time, you guys take care. Temujin marched into the Golden City. It was the first time he had seen his capital since leaving it to start the war against the Empire. As he looked around, he felt an unequaled sense of pride. His city was no longer an outpost on the fringe of civilization, but the capital of a great and world-spanning empire. And now it is time for us to become a true empire, he thought. From here, Temujin knew the easy part was over. Now he had to rule. But, for a time at least, the Great Khan could set down his sword, just for the briefest of moments, and enjoy his victory. He sat for a moment in the new tower which was constructed in his absence, drinking and talking with the members of his horde, regaling them with stories of his exploits against the Empire. He would also meet and introduce himself to the new recruits which flooded into the city during the war, many of whom still had not had the opportunity to meet the Great Khan. Once he finished, Temujin climbed to the top of the tower and took off his chest piece and let down his sword with a great sigh of relief. They clattered against the floor with a great clang. It felt good to rest for a moment. It felt good for the Khan just to think about nothing and watch the sun slowly set in the distance. Once his moment of respite was over, Temujin retired to the study and began to create plans for a new empire and drawing up new orders for his Arban as they would switch from war mode to occupation mode. So many things needed to be done. Cities pacified, trade returns, borders founded. He hoped to found a new great city in the center of the continent, one from which he could oversee his western expansion. There was much for Temujin to do, so he pulled out his writing utensil and a long strip of parchment and began to get to work.